Hey everyone, back again for another toy hunt journey from my recent trip away to California. This time I'm taking a look at Disneyland and everything that I bought that was related to Star Wars, which was a lot, and I'm really happy with my overall haul. I'm a big Disney Parks fan, I have been for quite some years now, and I love attending the parks and bringing home some of that merchandise. I've always been really surprised by the amount of action figure toy lines that they have there, and Disney do seem to carry those that most retailers struggle to stock. If you're into Star Wars and merchandising, do stick around. We started at Downtown Disney on our first evening there because it's free entry into that park, and it's a small taste of what's on offer. It's a family tradition of mine to start here, and it was my partner's first time attending, so it was a really nice special trip. Immediately what caught my eye was this Return of the Jedi Force Spirits pack, which isn't sold here in NZ. It translates to roughly 130 bucks, which is actually pretty good considering the average price of a Black Series figure here goes for between $45 to $55 at most retailers. Disney also stock up on these toy packs for kids. I've always been a little bit too old for these though. There's some roleplay stuff here that I'm sure is really popular with the younger crowd. I've got a single carded Droid Factory figure here that I got some years ago now, but I'm always intrigued by these, but I don't have a desire to collect more of them. The value is really solid if you just want something small from the parks that can represent your favorite film franchise. Disney have plenty of these bigger action figure type things. I saw an Obi-Wan and a Boba Fett at some point. Again, the value is there for a price to size comparison, but it is aimed towards a smaller crowd. That Luke one there being $20 more, but he does include R2 and Grogu. I would have been thrilled if I was a child here. Some of these figure packs here were on a sale. It was like 2 for $30 or something like that. Backpacks were really popular throughout the park, the Yoda one definitely more so than the Chewbacca. And that was it for this little Star Wars area. I was feeling pretty underwhelmed compared to what it was like when I visited some 8 or so years ago. They had some nice park specific merchandise, which as someone who is flying 12 hours to get here, I am more inclined to buy stuff like this than the action figures I could maybe find elsewhere. My partner also felt the same. Avengers Campus had opened up within the last year, so I was really intrigued to see what they had on offer, but for someone who likes to buy goods for display, I have to say I was really let down by the Avengers Campus stuff, especially if you're having to choose between Star Wars or Marvel goods like I was. Star Wars was where I was spending most of my time. They had these spider bots from the Web Slingers ride. I didn't realize that these were just robot shells and not actual display items. I don't think they're selling too well with visitors, and it's also a very bulky item to take back home. There was one unique Marvel Legends figure of a character that I don't know. He was very tall, looked to be possibly a Parks exclusive, and he was only $10 less than the Force Ghost, so once I put him back, I never picked him up ever again. Spider-Verse Legends was the first time that I was seeing these in person. Regular price of $25, so around 40 NZD here before tax. At a different stand in the middle of the store, I found these retro packs featuring some sought after characters. I have seen people online very excited for these, but it's a collection that I'm not aware of, and it was $75, which seemed like a lot for what was given. To my surprise, I did find an Indiana Jones section, which was very small, yes, but still it's Indiana Jones represented. Disney store figure like those Star Wars ones, and some of the Adventure series from that first wave, which just isn't selling anymore. I also have all of the figures there except for that deluxe one, who is just the exact same one that I have, but he has a display piece here, an extra $20 for essentially a rock. But the Toy Story stand was also very impressive for someone like me, seeing those retro styled figures and for very good prices as well. I was already bringing back a lot, and I was planning on bringing back a lot of Galaxy's Edge stuff. As gorgeous as these figures are, you really want to hold on to those boxes, so the next time I go, I'll be sure to bring these toys back. And that was it for the mainline Disney store. The Lego store was also fun, but nothing really new going on in there. That was when we went to the Star Wars Traders area at the very back of Downtown Disney, which did have genuine interesting Star Wars specific items. I really love the Galaxy's Edge stuff so much, and this was where I was keeping my eye out for. We found a Hera doll that looked kind of familiar to the Forces of Destiny dolls from a few years ago. It's an inside joke between my partner and I. She looked really cool though. The store seemed to have most of the items that I found in the park. It's really calming to know that if I miss something from inside the park, I can always come here instead afterwards. Like some droid packs here, which I didn't see in the other store, and some cool Droid Factory toys of various different types. More Black Series figures here, just the usual price and the usual stock, nothing too exciting. Those cool wooden figures from the in-universe. I do think it's weird that they've based them on named characters though, so that they can appeal to consumers. I feel like Disney is sometimes at odds with how much they want the Galaxy's Edge to be in-universe and how much they want it to be a commercial place. There's a little nook in the corner there that had some Leia stuff and some various goods like some clothing. The most exciting find easily was the Doc Ondar Black Series figure, which yes, at $45 it is pricey, but this is the exact type of parks merchandise that I really want. I will only be able to find him here as well. He looked gorgeous, and then we headed back home for the evening. Our next few days were spent at the park, with only one night really being dedicated to buying some items. While visiting Galaxy's Edge, I went into the main store of Doc Ondar's. We took a look at some lightsabers, and I had my eyes set on that Kylo Ren one. I bought that along with the long blade. Coveted Disney Parks item was now acquired. I also made sure to grab the Doc Ondar figure himself, of course. I bought a Wayfinder at random. Because of the display box there, it added extra value compared to the same price holocrons. At the Droid Factory store, I picked up this Black Series pack, which I had my eyes on after researching online. There's a lot of value in that pack. And I grabbed the Babu Frick doll while my partner was chatting to the another cast member. Really great purchases made overall. And then as we're leaving, we realized that there was not another soul in the entire park somehow. Quick Disney video over. I could gush on and on about how much I adore the parks team and the adventure that we had, but this channel is dedicated to toys and merchandising goods. It's really special to get to go to somewhere like that and have all of this stuff that I get to bring back home with me. The last journey that we had together was a quick trip out to Frankensons on the weekend, which ended up becoming an entire day trip event, so stick around for that video, which will be released over the next week at some point. Be sure to check out what other special finds we found during our trip to LA Comic Con and around the California area. Thank you for watching. Liking, subscribing does help to support this channel making more videos like this.